Victory is within sight. Those of you who follow my channel will know that my financial philosophy necessitates that I own cheap property as a real estate investment. And now, after more than 3 years of the Freeloader Challenge, I'm closing in on pulling the trigger. I talked to a realtor this week about buying a crack house, and I've narrowed it down to a short list of neighborhoods that I will soon own. Over the years, I have dived deep into the freeloading game, even selling my blood for medical experiments. But at the end of this tunnel, I will be rewarded with landlord status. At the end of the last episode in early September, my freeloader slush fund was standing at about $54,600. I need to make another $45,400 to fund my slumlord aspirations, and that goal will be here sooner than you think. A year ago, I was making about $1,000 a month, and I thought that was good. But as my skills advance, my pace of gains accelerates. And in this episode, I will show you how in the past 60 days, I brought my balance up to $69,087. At this pace, I'll be crack house shopping by spring. Join our free Discord if you want to start your own Freeloader Challenge mission, and we'll get you moving fast. Let's waste no more time, we've got money to earn. I know what a lot of people are going to want to see first. In the last episode, I shared my plan to sell Voodoo dolls ahead of Halloween, and I made a handful of them myself. Viewers were pretty optimistic about this because there are people on Etsy who buy all kinds of sorcery, like these people who paid someone named Master Witch Bella $113 to cast a justice ritual spell on their behalf to help them win a court case. This is obviously nonsense, and Bella is a con artist. I don't believe magic exists, because if it did, then the US military would be using it, and I never saw that despite working 2 stories below the Pentagon. So as far as I'm concerned, my voodoo dolls have no magical properties, and I'm just selling toys. Now, was I able to get a sale? Well, I did have one bite. Somebody contacted me to ask if my dolls were made using traditional Haitian voodoo techniques, which is not something that I considered when I started weaving these dolls. I did look up Haitian voodoo to see if I accidentally used traditional techniques, and I certainly did not. I did not baptize the doll or consider the phase of the moon when harvesting the materials, nor did I use tokens or charms to bind a soul to the voodoo doll. Once I admitted this to the potential buyer, she ghosted me. And then the dolls started getting dry and nasty anyway, so I just used them to play a Halloween game with the neighborhood kids. Total gain is $0, but since I made these out of grass and sticks, at least I didn't waste money on the materials. Now I have 5 voodoo dolls laying around my yard, and I don't know what to do with them. Getting into something a little more serious, let's look at my stock portfolio on Moomoo, where I've been stashing my Freeloader Challenge income for several months. Moomoo is also sponsoring this episode. Initially, I was just leaving money on Moomoo to collect the high APY of 4.5%. But then I discovered that a lot of my Discord members don't invest at all, and instead have 90% of their net worth flowing through sweepstakes casinos, which we'll talk about later. I want freeloaders to start investing, so I added stock and option trading to the challenge. Let's look at my portfolio. Today is Halloween, and I've got about $21,760 invested. Some of this is gains from the last episode when I opened a short strangle on SPY. Short strangles are the only option strategy I use now because they are completely OP. You can see this screenshot from October 9th when I closed my position from the last episode. The short strangle is right here. I ended up closing it just a few minutes after this screenshot for an almost exactly 50% gain of $255. That's as easy as it gets. If you have any interest at all in options, I really recommend watching my video on short strangles. But I will be opening up a new position today as well, and I'll walk through the steps. I've been hesitant to open a short strangle lately because we have a presidential election in 5 days, and that could cause some turbulence in the markets. I don't want to hold options when I expect market volatility to increase. Today, SPY is down pretty big to $570. The VIX volatility index is well above 20, and the conditions are really good for selling a short strangle. I think this VIX spike is the election volatility getting priced in. I think no matter who wins this election, market volatility will certainly drop from here. Despite what my acquaintances on Twitter and Facebook are saying, I feel like this is the least important election of my lifetime, since both candidates are effectively incumbents. Market volatility will drop no matter who wins. So let's take the opportunity while we've got it and open the SPY options chain. To sell a short strangle, I have a few rules. I sell at the 16 delta strike, and I sell at expirations between 45 to 60 days out. So let's slide this over to December 31st, a perfect 60 days from now, and then explore the options chain to find the 16 delta. I'll do the call side first, and I can see the 16 delta is at about 607. To get a nice round number, I'll fudge a little bit and sell the 605 strike to collect about $284 premium. Then I'll do the same thing on the put side and find the 16 delta put at 525. I'll sell that for about $512 premium. In total, this short strangle will award me just shy of $800 premium, and my break-evens are at SPY 517 and 613. Even with a contested election, I don't see SPY tanking to 517. nor do I expect SPY to moon to 613. And even if it does, I'll have made a whole bunch of money on my shares, and I think I'll be okay. Now with this trade locked in, all I have to do is wait for volatility to drop, and I'll aim to close this position at a 50% gain of $400. That's a lot of information, but I will teach you how to do this. I use this strategy all the time in my Merrill Edge portfolio, and it is an integral part of my investing approach. Let's give this short strangle some time to play out, and then we'll come back in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, the crack house isn't going to pay for itself. Let's get back out on the freeloader streets and rake in some more cash. One of the more criminally underpursued freeloader methods is participating in class action lawsuits. As a US consumer, there's likely always somebody suing a company on your behalf, and the chances are you never even know. In the past 3 months, I participated in a class action lawsuit and received a payout of $288. Using the website Top Class Actions, I browsed the Open to Claims and found that I was eligible for a dual settlement for the company's failure to disclose something. Although I did not receive thousands like some of these people, I did get a decent payout of $288. This month, I also applied to 3 more, which a lot of my viewers will be eligible to participate in. The first of which was Bayer Ice Cream, which got sued for not having actual vanilla in their vanilla ice cream. If you bought their vanilla ice cream in the past 10 years, you can get up to $8. The next was for tuna fish, which was a significant chunk of my diet in college because tuna used to be cheap. But apparently Sunkist and Chicken of the Sea conspired to fix prices, and people who purchased their product will be reimbursed an unspecified amount. And the last was for compostable dog poop bags, which were not as compostable as advertised. I will receive $6 for this. There are dozens of open settlements right now. Stuff like this comes up all the time, and according to the site itself, there are millions of dollars in class action settlements that go unclaimed each year. This will not make you rich, but it is good beer money. The website also has a TikTok that shows some of the good ones. Once again, topclassactions.com is my source. I will continue to check the website each month. This isn't sponsored by the company or anything. I'm just showing you because it's a great place to get some extra cash. This seems like a good time to do the big one, which is sweeps casinos. This is a method by which we will play games at online sweepstakes casinos with free daily login rewards, thereby not spending any of our own money, or during promotional events when special features are being offered when you do buy in. There are more than 30 sweepstakes sites available right now. Almost all of them will give you sweeps coins, effectively casino chips, to log into them each day. If you do all of them, you're looking at about $25 a day just for logging into a bunch of websites. If you're married, double that for your spouse. If you follow a given platform on social media, they will throw you bonus sweeps coins as well, sometimes daily, just for commenting on their posts. As a single individual, you could potentially reach $900 a month in coins without ever putting your money at risk. Of course, you must play through those sweepstakes coins before you can withdraw the value to your bank. The best way to do this is to play table games or low volatility slots, and then cash out when you see fit. You are likely to lose some of that $900 during the playthrough, but even if you play poorly, that should still give you at least $800. And sometimes you can even come out on top. That happens too. I'm making it sound easy because it is. Our Discord community is thriving off this. Right up front, I invite you to join. It's 100% free. Of course, you can go much farther than just claiming these freebies. There are people in the server who commit to aggressively grinding VIP status, which can yield some pretty solid rewards. I don't engage quite that aggressively because kids and YouTube take up a lot of my time, but those with the time and concentration can do very well here. One site where I do spend some extra time is High Five. In addition to the free SC I discussed, they also have the Diamonds feature, which is just another form of casino chip. You can get these just by logging in, and they allow you free bonus spins on slot machines. Since slot machines are heavily weighted toward bonus games, being able to participate in these for free is a nice feature. I typically just buy whatever bonus games are being offered at a discount to get the most value. You'll want to make sure that you're getting free spins in a bonus game, not just free spins in general. I usually aim for $4,000 a month off of this, but I may need to adjust that higher. In the past 2 months, I made just over $11,000. This should be a significant chunk of the Freeloader challenge games, putting me much closer to the crack house. However, I've decided that I don't want to finish this challenge off of just sweeps casinos alone. I want a diverse group of methods to put me at my goal. So I have decided instead to withdraw $6,000 of this episode's gains into my regular bank account to buy a luxury vacation. This is sheer blasphemy, and I realize that, but I've seen some of the guys on Discord get way too deep into this. Friday and Saturday night, same group of guys live streaming Adderall-fueled blackjack benders. Dudes will spend all weekend playing 35,000 hands of blackjack with a slot machine running on auto spin on the side, and then talk about how third wave feminism is causing a decline in birth rates. You guys need to go outside. I know there's a whole grind to be had, but I'm not trying to live my life like that. So I'm spending some cash on a Caribbean vacation. I'll see you guys when I get back. Something I haven't talked about in a while is the website Freecash, where you get paid to play games or sign up to services. It's similar to Swag Bucks, but in my opinion, it is much better. Before I discovered sweepstakes casinos, Freecash was the largest income producer for the Freeloader Challenge. I had collected a total of about $3,000 from this, which I cashed out to Bitcoin and a couple other cryptos instead of cash. This ended up being a great choice since Bitcoin has more than doubled since early 22 when I was really getting into Freecash. Most people have been sleeping on this one, but the offerings have been really good lately, so I got back into it. In the last 30 days, I did 2 game offers, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I first want to showcase a big offer, which is Chime. Chime is a free mobile bank app, and right now, signing up to Chime through Freecash and direct depositing $200 will get you $270 on Freecash. The payout you're getting from Freecash is higher than the deposit amount, so you're getting a 135% return. And of course, money you put on Chime is still your money. So if you drop $200, you'll have $470. Even better, if you cash out to the sweeps casino stake.us, you'll get a 30% bonus on that $270 reward for a total of $312 in rewards. For non-US people, the bonus to stake.com is 15%. If you redeem to either version of Stake, there is no playthrough requirement, so you can cash out your balance immediately. I did Chime more than a year ago, so I can't do this offer again myself, but I recommend doing it if you can. I did do 2 game offers, and keep in mind that Stake bonus. On puzzles and survival, I spent $4.99 on a silver weekly card, which gave me $3.84 on Freecash, or exactly $4.99 with that Stake bonus. That silver card also gave me a 5-star hero worth $7.20, or $9.36 with the bonus. Essentially, I spent $4.99 and got back $14.35, and therefore I bought a gain of $9.36. I did something similar with Jackpot Master Slots. This is a slot machine game in which you earn Freecash money by leveling up by playing games. But there is a secret sauce in which you can buy more money. So I spent a total of $20 in the mobile app and received these 3 payouts of $6.46, $8.94, and $13.91 for a total of $29.31. With the Stake bonus, that's $38.10 for a gain of $18.10. And since I spent $20 in the game, I got a bunch of buffs, including the fast level up reward, and I was able to use these buffs to advance in the game very quickly for the level up payouts of $4.50 when redeemed to Stake. The total gain from this game so far is $22.60, but I'm still working toward higher levels. I always recommend that before you spend any money on these games, you want to make sure your download is being tracked. So try to hit at least 1 milestone and get your check mark before you drop money. I would be livid if I spent even $1 on a mobile game and then discovered that I wasn't being tracked. This $0 check mark from Puzzles and Survival shows that I'm being tracked right out of the gate. For Slotist, you'll notice that the 10 coin install reward never worked on this one, but I went to level 19 anyway, and that reward did trigger. So I was still able to proceed with confidence, and everything has worked since then. I wanted to level up to the maximum possible before making this video, but I really need to record today. I expect the level up rewards to $399 will be easy, and $599 might be in play. After that, leveling up will be much harder. But if I can do it, the rewards for the final 2 will be over $300 when redeemed to Stake. Overall, Freecash netted me $32 flat for very little effort. I will of course withdraw this to Stake so I can get my bonus, and then I will withdraw as Bitcoin from there. After considering all the money I've made on Freecash since the beginning and the appreciation in Bitcoin price, I am at $6,156 just from Freecash. If you want to get in on this yourself, I have a video with a more developed overview. It's a little outdated, but it will give you the gist. And if you use my referral, you'll get a bonus box at sign up. The final thing we're going to cover is something that not enough people do because it's not as fun as making money. But saving money is even better than making money, because when you save, you don't have to pay tax on it. Saving money is the equivalent of earning 100% plus your marginal tax rate. So if you pay 25% effective tax between federal and state, then saving $100 is the equivalent of making just over $125. So let's talk about how I got 36 meals for $43. Everyone out there complaining about the high cost of food is simply suffering from a skill issue that I have now solved. I dug through municipal trash in my neighborhood to find referral codes to meal kits. Often the best savings come from referral codes, and by looking through discarded boxes of HelloFresh, EveryPlate, Factor, and Home Chef, I've been able to stash up referral codes, giving me sometimes 80% off my meal kits. That's why yesterday I received 2 large boxes of food from EveryPlate while spending less than most people do on one dinner. Some people might criticize me for looking through trash, but those haters are paying full price for their food. I'm paying 20% of the price. plus I get cash back on my card, so even less than that. Finding the codes is really not that bad. You only look at meal kit boxes, and a good half of them have the referral coupon in them. I do occasionally still dive for metal, which is something I used to do often in the past, but I've really raised the bar on what's good enough for me to take. If it's not a proper construction site, I usually wouldn't take anything. But I have been doing home projects for the last 2 years with hardware that I found in a construction site dumpster, so I will still indulge when the opportunity arises. Welcome back. Today is November 15th. It's been 10 days, so we're coming back to see how my short strangle has shaped up. VIX has since dropped to below 15. If we look at the monthly chart, VIX is down from about 23 prior to the election. I think this drop was pretty much a given. Once you get past something like a presidential election with no hiccups, the volatility index is going to drop. There's no question about it. And this has helped my position. But remember that my short call is at the 605 strike. If we go over to SPY, we're back below 590 now. But just a few days ago, we were very close to $600, and my short strangle was in the red by about $100. There are some moves you can take to take the pressure off, like rolling up your short put closer to the current stock price, but you don't do that unless your short call is breached. Since SPY never made it to 605, I took no action, which is the textbook decision. Back over at Moomoo, where my balance is 22,300, we can look at my short strangle and my position on QQQM. Triple QM shares are up about $330 total, and my short strangle is up about 40% for about $317. The short put is up $419, while the short call is down $103. Remember that I am aiming for 50%. I need SPY to either drop a little further to alleviate this pressure from the call side, or I need to just wait for more time to pass, so theta can eat away at both the short call and short put. Either way, I'm feeling confident about this position. I'll share my closing trade in the next episode. On my main account on Merrill Edge, just a quick aside, I did close my 4 open short strangles for about 50% gain for about $1,620 profit. If I held through today, that would have been a lot more, since these red calls would be green now. But taking profit at 50% has always been what works best for me. These Merrill Edge gains don't count toward my freeloader funds, but the reason I bring it up at all is to show that this is how I actually trade. I'm not just trading short strangles for the camera. This is the strategy I use in my flagship account as well. As standard practice, there are some freebies we should always be claiming from Moomoo. You should always claim your Moo points daily so you can get cashback coupons. Moomoo is also giving out 10,000 points if you deposit $10,000, which I will do with this episode's freeloader earnings. Moomoo also did a pair of challenges for more cashback coupons. The earnings challenge was way too easy. All you had to do was finish each week green, and you can do that by just holding shares of Box. Since so many people qualified, the gain is just a few dollars in coupons. The other competition was a trivia challenge. It looks like 6,654 people qualified to split 100K, so we'll all get about 15 bucks. I still plan on keeping 70% of my brokerage in cash to play it safe, and I will collect that APY. But I will keep these short strangles, and as always, collect whatever freebies come my way. I began this episode with $54,600. Mostly through sweeps casinos, and by holding crypto from previous episodes, I brought my balance to $69,087. But like I mentioned, I'm pulling $6,000 out to fund a vacation, since I don't want to win this challenge just from sweeps casinos alone. This will put me at $63,087 in the coffers. My goal is $100,000, and I need to have that in my coffers by spring so that I can buy this crack house when the opportunity arises. We're getting close, guys. The Freeloader Challenge will reach its first major milestone when I buy this crack palace. And make no mistake, even when that day comes, I will not conclude the Freeloader Challenge. Instead, we will pivot to endangered dragonfly farming. More on that another time. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to join our free Discord to help propel your own Freeloader challenge. I'll see you there.